Hey everyone, my name's Harry from Octagon Thoughts, coming at you live from exciting Radish. Excited to be here today, and I'll be talking about UFC 272, my recap, and what's next for these fighters and the outlook of each matchup. We'll start off the main event, Colby Covington defeating Jorge Masvidal in fairly dominant fashion. He was able to use his wrestling, his pace, his striking, and his chain wrestling to get Masvidal down, control him, and dominate him throughout this fight. Masvidal had his moments, as he does in most fights. He clipped Colby in round 2 and round 4. Round 4 he had him very hurt, but wasn't able to capitalize on the moment. And Colby using his extreme toughness and durability to come back from that and even win that round. It was a very clean performance on the scorecards, 49-46, 50-45, 50-44. Jorge, round 2, I thought 50-50 round. Round 4, he had his moment, but then was dominated for 4.5 minutes of the round, so he wasn't able to get that one either. Big win for Colby Covington. It's not enough to get him back in a title fight, though, having 2 losses to Kamaru Usman. So he's in a weird spot in the welterweight division. He called out Dustin Poirier. I don't hate the call-out, but I don't think it's likely at all because that's a terrible matchup for Poirier. It's an interesting fight, I guess, based on their American top team background. But I don't really see Poirier coming up to take that fight at welterweight. I think he'd be overmatched, oversized, and it's just a terrible stylistic matchup. For Colby Covington, you look at around the division, you're like, Vicente Luque, it's an intriguing fight, but probably doesn't sell. I think the one fight, you put him against the winner of Gilbert Burns or Khamzat Chimaev, that's a massive fight, and that's a true number 1 contender fight for Colby Covington that would get him back up to the title shot, in my opinion. And then on the other hand, you have Jorge Masvidal. He's in a tough spot also. Where does he go next from here? Could he still land a Conor fight? I don't think so. I still don't see Conor coming up to 170 to fight a guy that big. I don't know. What fight makes sense for Jorge Masvidal? Does an Nate Diaz rematch really entice anybody? I don't think so. Vicente Luque fight, that's an awesome fight for Jorge Masvidal. But does that really sell? Does that main event a pay-per-view? I don't think so. That'd be a decent co-main. So you really have to look at what's next for these guys, and for both these guys, they're in really tough spots here with this result. And for Jorge, he has the Leon Edwards fight, but Leon Edwards is waiting for the title shot, and he is next in line, so that's probably 6 to 9 months down the road, at least, that Jorge would have to wait for that fight. So I don't really see a clear direction for either of these guys, really. And so yeah, that's where they're at this point. And then you move on to the co-main event. Rafael dos Anjos with a big win over Renato Moicano. Dominant display, even more dominant than Covington over Masvidal. Dos Anjos showed that he was the fresher guy. He was the guy that didn't take this one on short notice. Former world champion. And for me, the clear matchup for Rafael dos Anjos coming up now is you pair him against not Conor McGregor. I know he wants that fight, but not Conor McGregor. But you put him against Dustin Poirier. If Poirier stays at 155, that's an intriguing fight. I love that fight a lot. Or, in my opinion, you put him 5 rounds against Tony Ferguson. That's an awesome fight also. The rematch that needs to happen. Him and Tony, that was an awesome fight the first time. Tony edged him out on the scorecards. I think it'd be even more competitive now, given Tony's current state. And then the Rafael Fiziev fight is also still there, even though I don't see RDA going back to that. After the way it's gone the past 2 times it's been booked. Then you have Bryce Mitchell, another dominant decision victory on this card. Bryce Mitchell over Edson Jr. Barboza, former contender for the past decade or so at 155 and 145. Bryce Mitchell looks real deal, man. His kid's a problem, his grappling's a problem, his top control's a problem. His striking, I still think it's not up to the level it needs to be, but man, if you can get these guys down and hold them down and beat them up and look for submissions, then his striking won't matter. So they're calling him Habib from Arkansas. I don't know, I'm pretty scared of a guy that you give him that name. So what's next for him? I think there's a lot of potential opponents for him at 145. It sounds like T-City Ortega's going to fight Yair Rodriguez. You got Korean Zombie fighting for the belt. So the one guy that sticks out for me, Calvin Kattar. That matchup that'd be a banger. Make it 5 rounds even. I'd watch that. I think it'd be a big test for Bryce Mitchell. And as Calvin Kattar tries to work himself up after that Max Holloway loss, coming off a big win over Giga Chikadze, I think that'd be an awesome fight. So I'm in for that one. And Edson Barbosa, I think you throw him in there against a guy ranked 10 to 15. I think he bounces back in a big way. Try and get him a striking matchup. I think that'd appeal to fans, and he show his best sides at this point in his career. Then next up, you had Big Mouth Kevin Holland making his return to 170 pounds in the UFC, and he's going to be a problem at 170. I don't know if he can work himself up to the top 5 in the division per se, but he'll be a consistent guy ranked 7 to 15. He can beat anybody on any given night. His striking is a problem for everybody, just with his length, and he has really decent power. He's got some nasty jiu-jitsu too. The problem is his wrestling. Wrestling beats jiu-jitsu 10 out of 10 times. World class. So can he shore that game up? Yeah, I think he can do a better job at 170 just because of his length. I think it should help him with takedowns, but Alex Oliveira was able to take him down there for a second. He obviously got out of that, survived and stuff. Not too much trouble. Clean performance win. I think there's a lot of fun matchups for him at 170. I think the Michael Chiesa matchup would be a big test down the line. Not yet, but down the line I think that'd be a great matchup. There's a lot of good fights for him at 170, but I like that Chiesa matchup down the line. I think that'd be a fun fight between those two guys, having them talk and in the octagon and stuff. 2 game guys. And then in the main card opener, we had Greg Hardy versus Sergey Spivak. Sergey Spivak via domination, round 1 ground and pound victory. He took Greg Hardy down, slammed him. Greg Hardy got back up, he got slammed again, he got taken down, he got controlled, and he just got knocked. He just kept getting hit on the ground, couldn't defend himself, got finished by Greg Hardy. See you later, dude. Not in the octagon anymore. You can go have some fun at those boxing cards. Try your luck there. You're not UFC material at this stage in your career. I don't think you want it enough. I think it's shown in how he hasn't grown at all as a fighter since joining the UFC. Sergey Spivak, on the other hand, he's a top 15 contender. Very clean performance. He did what he had to do. I think you could see him in there against a top 10 guy in his next time out. I think that'd be intriguing. He's got some really good grappling. His striking's not bad. Just gets hit a little too much on the feet. He was able to avoid that in this matchup. I mean, you put him against a Tybura, put him against a Dawkins, put him against a Rosenstrike, see what he got down the line. I think that'd be an intriguing matchup for him. That was another edition of Octagon Thoughts. And you can follow me at Thoughts Octagon on Twitter for all my gambling plays when it comes to the UFC every week. And you can find all my content here at Exciting Radish. Make sure you drop a subscribe, drop a like, leave a comment. Any video ideas, let me know down below. I appreciate it. Thank you.